Habits are small decisions that we make each and every day, like brushing your teeth as soon as you wake up or doing some light reading before bed. And over time, good habits can improve your life without you thinking twice about them, while bad habits can make things worse without you even realizing. And according to the researchers at Duke University, habits account for almost 40% of our behaviors on a given day, which means that we're running on autopilot for bulk of our day, and 40% is more than enough to impact your life over the long run. Because of this, it's important to understand the habits that you're doing and avoid the ones that are keeping you poor. And make sure you watch until the end, because the quicker that you're able to change your habits for the better, the earlier you're able to see the results that you're hoping for. And in this video, I'll be talking about the 5 bad habits that are keeping you poor. So going into number 1 is not having a specific savings goal. And if you don't have a destination in mind, you'll be wandering around mindlessly without knowing what you really want in your life and how that your finances will help you get there. And so not only will they help you set up specific goals, but also give you reasons on why you should save and give you motivations to actually start making progress. So take the time to actually write down these goals, including short-term goals like vacation or down payment for a house, or long-term goals like early retirement. And so figure out how much you need, and this will help you to figure out how much you need to save each week to get. And once you have your goals in mind, the second habits that are keeping you poor is living above your means. This just means that you're spending a lot more than you're actually making. And the only way you're able to spend more than you bring in means that you're either borrowing the money in the form of credit cards or spending your cash reserves, which means your savings account. Both of which are not even recommended, because credit cards usually comes with a high interest rate, causing you to go into debt. And cash reserves is there to protect you from unexpected emergencies. To address this habit practically is either to increase your income or decrease your spending. And decreasing your spending should always come first, given that that is the side of the equation that where most people have the most control over. And this brings us to number 3, which is lifestyle inflation, which means you are matching your spendings with the income that you bring in. So as you start making more money in your career, you're increasing your spending along with that. And that means when you end up making $20,000 more because of a raise, you end up actually spending all of that $20,000 as if you didn't even get that raise in the first place. This will cause you to get a bigger house or a faster car, keeping you in that debt cycle and preventing you from building true wealth. The best way to address this is to pretend that you're making the same amount and delaying those upgrades as long as possible. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't celebrate your wins with a nice dinner or an activity, but avoid going into debt and making large purchases that you'll be able to save most of that raise into your savings. And if you're finding this video helpful with value that you could take away, make sure you like and subscribe for more contents like this. And the 4th habit that is keeping you poor is not keeping a budget. This is lower on the list, but still very, very important. So without knowing how much you make and how much you spend, it's very hard to figure out how much you could even save, and harder to determine the potential that you're able to save. And the point of this is to really get a sense of how much money is going where, and finding out the total cost of your necessary costs, as well as looking for ways to cut down or even eliminate the unnecessary purchases. And the best way to start making a budget is to write down all your income as well as each purchase that you make, or you can make it easier for yourself by linking your credit card and bank information into a good and reliable app that will tell you how much you're spending the last month or 2. And from the exercise, you might even be able to find subscriptions that you haven't used in a while that you could even cancel. And the 5th habit that you need to break is saving at the very end, after you spend all your money. And it's much easier to save that money in the beginning as opposed to saving at the end when you know you have excess amount and you're able to spend all of that. And to combat this habit, stash the portion of your respective savings away in a savings account as soon as that paycheck comes in. And savings account usually allow a limited amount of certain transactions each month, so you are less inclined to break into those savings and spend your saved. And by far, this is the biggest financial hack that has helped me to save over $100,000 to help achieve my goals of financial freedom. And if that's something that you're interested in as well, I created an 8-page guide here going through the common questions that you might have about financial independence. So make sure you get yourself a copy using the link below, and there isn't a reason not to do so because you could get it for free. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.